Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight, continuing our American Freedom Week, we are starting off the legendaries in the only way we could. We are back in the Alaska and we're on Greece, which means I've got an advantage. What is my advantage? Well, I'm Spartan. We're in Greece. I'm defending Greece. Need I say more? So, yeah, we are going to push over to the right side, defend our side of the map, mainly because there are two caps over here, and if we can manage to hold these guys off a little bit, we should be in for a heck of a doozy here. Now, I'll be real honest, I haven't been playing the Alaska as much lately, even though I do love the ship. The reason I haven't been playing the Alaska is, with the teammates that I usually have, it can be really, really tough to get good games in the Alaska. It's so big, and it's just a cruiser. And with all of the legendaries out there right now, speaking of which, hello, Grossacur, First and Yamato. We were just about to mention you guys. Oh, is there a Conqueror there? Nope, that's two Yamatos. Okay, there we go. Or two Yamatos. I don't know. I just like to trigger you guys, to be honest. By the way, speaking of which, I noticed down in the comments this morning when I was watching back your guys' comments for my Iowa vid that you guys weren't thrilled about me calling the Iowa the most modern and accurate battleship on the planet that was ever built. And some people took offense to that. But if you haven't seen it, I have absolutely destroyed the argument against the Iowa class for the Yamato in the comments of that video with facts, actual facts. They are a thing that do exist, and I have done research and I have, you know, done that sort of thing. So yeah, it's not something that I always pull out. Don't get me wrong, I love the Iowa. Nobody will argue that. I am an Iowa fanboy. I love the Iowa. So I am slightly biased, and I can understand why people would think that that's what that amounted from, but it actually isn't. I actually do know that the Iowa class was the most modern and most accurate battleship that was ever created. But anyway, this isn't about the Iowa class or the Yamato, other than, oh my god, he fired again, and I'm broadside. Turn in harder, turn harder. Okay, we got away with it. Woo, that could have been nasty. That could have been nasty. Wow. Yamato reaching out and trying to touch me. I don't like it. But Alaska, it's so big, and it is powerful, don't get me wrong. I mean, for a cruiser, it's basically a battleship, guys. As much as I don't like to say it's a battleship, it is basically a battleship. 305mm guns, long reload time, not the most maneuverable ship in the world, and large. So it is very easy to be touched in this ship. And especially when the guns out there that are reaching you are, say, Grossacur first 420mm guns, the 419mm? Is that what the, or is it 420? I forget what the Conqueror gets now. It's either in the 420s or it's 419, I can't remember. And then, of course, you got Yamato's 461mm guns, which overmatch my 32mm bow armor and can absolutely punch me. So there's a lot of hatred. Speaking of Conqueror, how you doing, buddy? Now, you'll notice I am doing a little bit passive play early on. I'm letting my team spot for me. I've got a destroyer out there who's doing a fantastic job capturing the base and spotting the enemy without putting himself in too much trouble, and we are able to get out there and get rid of the enemy as best we can. We are not doing the best damage in the world, but we're not alone in this one for once. The team is actually doing... What is there a battleship about to go behind the rear island for? That's not where you want to be. But anyway, somebody's hitting these guys because the Grossacur first went down real quick, and then of course Conqueror and Yamato. We had two Yamatos over here, and now the Conqueror shows up. So we're trying to stay behind the island, stay undetected. That gives us our best chance to get into these open water gunfights with these guys and not actually get obliterated. Now, Conqueror comes over at the perfect time to play Mr. President for the, or to Mr. President for the Yamato over there. I'm sure he wasn't happy about it, but Yamato's like, man, I had 55% torp reduction. I'm glad this Conqueror decided to show up and take it for me. And so we switched to HE to make sure we can take advantage of the Conqueror's low health, get him off the board. Do not allow that thing to reprint another ship. because the Conqueror is uniquely suited to absolutely reprinting their ship every chance that they get. So now that he's gone, we've got a 2-base to 2-base tie at the moment. And so we are going to maintain our points advantage as long as our team isn't just throwing their ships away. Now, because everybody on my side, with the exception of the one Yamato who is turned tail and running out there, is disengaging, I'm going to move up and try to be able to shoot over this island and support my left side of my team. Now, Shimakaze is spotted at the moment, dead center of the map. We've got the Worcester out there who's on fire at the moment. We had HE loaded, so we're just going to go ahead and fire at him again. Yamato is out there, but he's too far outside my detection, so as long as I don't fire my guns, he's not going to detect me. We do get another fire on the Worcester, and he's going to damage con that, I believe. Or maybe he's not. That might be the end of the Worcester. Just depends on when he gets his damage con back. But we're going to go ahead and take this opportunity while Yamato is sailing away to open fire on him. See if we can't get a fire on him, get a little bit more damage, and then we're going to get behind the island so he can't detect us, and that's going to allow us to be completely unspotted while the guys in the middle are looking at us. And we're still outside of detection range from the Yami out there. And then, oh my god, hello, Yami. It's a shame that I don't have AP loaded right now. I've ended up using a little bit more HE in this match than I wanted to. But sometimes you just have to. And we get rewarded with a good salvo and a good fire. So we get some good damage off the Yami. He's going to throw that thing in forward. We're going to try to lead him here, knowing that we don't have much time. If he's got propulsion mod, he might get away with this. We're at 51,000 damage. How much damage are we going to get? Obviously, the fires are still burning, so we're going to get a little bit more. We had 53, 54 when it hit, and we're up to 59 with that. So not a great salvo, probably 5,000 damage. Wasn't really paying attention. But still, AP damage, I always say AP, anytime you get a chance to get good salvos of AP into people, you're going to be a lot better off using AP, just due to the fact that they don't heal as much of the AP damage back. Whereas with fires, you can heal all of it back. So that's why I always, stress to people, use AP whenever possible on any ship. You definitely want to take advantage of the AP, because AP is what actually helps you out. It gets rid of ships so much quicker. Now, we've got an Alaska out here. He is angled, so we're going to be shooting HE at him, I think. Or was the first shot was HE. But that dispersion is horrendous. And that was the other thing that I've been running into, is just the dispersion of the Alaska is just not good at any sort of range. Hopefully, at closer range, it's not so bad. But if you're out here like I am right now, shooting at 12 to 17 kilometers, you're not going to be getting the best dispersion. Though that looks pretty good on the Shima, and he's going to get punched. He's lucky he didn't take more than 2 rounds there. It looked like it was going to be a lot worse for him. But we're going to push up. Our destroyer, once again, doing the absolute banger of a job that he's done. Putting himself in position, though he's kind of up against the island. I don't think if he got spotted right now, he could run away. And so that's not what you want to do. But you want to always leave yourself an out. We all run into islands occasionally, so maybe that's what happened. He's reversing now and turning, so I'm assuming that's what happened. But he's also launching his torpedoes in the direction of the Shima, and he's going to absolutely find the Shima and catch him, while the Shima is going to turn, I believe, into the island directly in front of us to our left here. He's going to try to dodge the torps and just die. He's not going to have a chance. So our Shima was instrumental in this match, so I just want to point that out. Good destroyer play makes or breaks teams, period. Like, just straight up makes or breaks teams. And I know what you're probably thinking at this time is that, Spartan, you only got 70,000 damage, the game's almost over. What are you doing, man? I thought the Alaska was a good ship. I thought you only post good games. Well, there's still time, guys. There's still time, and I'm stalling until something interesting happens, if you haven't noticed. But our guy goes in there, saved 1 extra set of torpedoes. The Shima's going to run into the island, and he's going to catch the torpedo, but he manages to take out our Shima as well. So now we have 2 battleships versus a destroyer and a battleship. Now, unfortunately for the enemy, I'm a radar cruiser. Even though I don't have good reload and potential to do really good against destroyers, I'm still a radar cruiser. I still have 30 seconds of radar and have the ability to reach out and touch you, and I already have HE loaded. But notice where I'm heading. Instead of going out trying to find anybody else. We're going into the center cap, and then I get detected. I'm like, oh, Gearing, you have f***ed up, sir. You have f***ed up hard. So, luckily, that was his smoke. We're going to absolutely punch him in the mouth here, and we leave him with just enough for somebody else to take. Now, obviously, we knew he was going to be launching his torpedoes. Everybody saw that coming. Like, nobody thought that he was going to just sit there and take it. So, we were never in any danger. He threw him at my previous location. We managed to get him off the board, leaving just an enemy Yami out here. We have no idea exactly where he's at, though we know he was, you know, generally heading in our direction straight out ahead of us. So that's something that we're going to be looking into. But anticipating the launch of the torpedoes is everything, okay? If you know that they're coming, you have to be able to anticipate. And with a ship this big, it's not the most agile cruiser in the world. It's definitely easier to handle than my battleships that I generally run, but you've got to anticipate and react before you see the torpedoes. Because by the time, at that range, by the time you see the torpedoes, it's too late. So you have to react. Now, at this point, we get out of the smoke screen, and we've got a mostly broadside Yami, and I have armor piercing loaded, and I am just salivating. Now, as you can see, the Yami overmatches my bow armor and can absolutely decimate me, and we are going to get the worst RNG on the planet in this engagement with the Yami. I have deleted Yamis from this range with Alaska. Like, deleted them. And we are just not going to get lucky at all with our shots. They're just going to hit everywhere that they need to do nothing. And this guy is going to get reload after reload to continually overmatch my bow. Now, I am trying to get him to shoot the like side of my ship a little bit. And you can see that was a horrendous shot. That was more me than the game, but still, he's not taking it. He knows he overmatches my bow. He's shooting straight for the bow, and he is just punching me right through the nose. Now, because he just fired, we don't have to worry too much about getting obliterated. We're going to go ahead and swing out, and at this point, I was like, he's dead. There's no way. And we get robbed again. Like, what is this man's luck? This guy is playing with fire, and he should absolutely have been deleted twice now. But no, that time it should have been deletion and wasn't, and now I'm trying to swing back, and he leaves us with just a little bit as we get the guns off, and finally, Citadel this man. Like, please, game, why do you do this to me? Now, I was hoping that I would survive long enough to get that final heal off, but it just wasn't quite in the cards. His secondaries finishing me off. But we did take an absolute pounding off of that man right as we finished that fight. But the Gross Kerfer is going to be able to come around the corner, and he's going to have an absolutely juicy shot at this Yami. And surely he can't f*** this up, right? But actually he can, because the guy behind him in the Yami has a better shot and takes him out before he gets a chance. So a little bit of hilarity ensues there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this interesting video. I thought it was pretty funny, especially the RNG at the end on the broadside Yami. I was livid, I'm not going to lie. But 2400 base XP, 2 kills. Again, Shima coming in tops up there with the absolute pinnacle of team play. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button. Leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.